Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Celebrity Big Brother 3. I forgot what we were doing. Celebrity Big Brother 3 updates and spoilers. Hope you're all having a great day. Happy Valentine's Day. Our house guests of the day are Flower Power Resists, Jeff and Amy Jo White, Christine Caruso, Ayana, and Deanna Parker. Thank you all so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 for a holla. What a deal. And I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters before we get started, because that is also a fantastic way to support our channel. So Jefferson Tucker, Jody Cortez, Alex Garza, Candy, Vajrath, Laura G, and AR Chan 1785. Thank you all so much. Yay! It is so freaking cold in here. I am like shivering right now. Oh my God. I also want to thank our super chatters so far today. Jefferson Tucker, thank you as always. And Jefferson says, Deep Thoughts by Toddick. That's the spelling that he wanted to use on purpose. I can't be wasting any more time on small opportunities like Big Brother. Who is this guy? I know, right? I can't believe he was saying that this was a small opportunity. This show where he's on national television like 5 times a week. I don't know that you can get, like, it's a pretty big stage. Also, he was saying, like, maybe I would do Dancing with the Stars if they paid me enough. Okay. That's a lot. But thank you, Jefferson. Vajrath, thank you so much for the super chat. And Vajrath says, there may not be much love in the Big Brother house. I know, right? But I wish much love to you and your family this Valentine's Day. Oh, happy Valentine's to you too. All of you guys, happy Valentine's Day. Keith Holloway, thank you so much for the super chat. You're awesome. And Adley Bruges, thank you also for the super chat. It is very cold in New York. I'm freezing my A off. But let's get started. So when we left off yesterday, Carson and Cynthia, they've lost their minds. There's no other way to put it. Like, they've lost their minds at this point. Misha and Todd are up on the block, but Carson and Cynthia are fully on board with the plan to backdoor their own ally, Shayna. Oh my God. Oh my God. Misha may not be the HOH this week, but she's definitely calling the shots. So that's right. Cynthia and Carson are choosing to believe Todrick and Misha, who've been targeting Carson this whole entire time, openly, over Shayna, who used the power veto on Carson and voted for Cynthia to stay over Chris and Sync. Somebody please make it make sense. It does not make sense at all. Oh my God. So Carson and Misha, I know I ask this once every season at least, but like, is there a gas leak in that house? Because it just doesn't make sense. But Carson and Misha have a quick chat in the storage room, and Carson says, all right, I'm definitely sticking with the plan. And he says, as long as Shayna does not win the power veto, Misha or Todd, you will be coming off the block. And Carson says, Carson says, if I win the power veto, he's going to be taking down Misha, not Todd. And he says, unfortunately, Shayna needs to go up and out. You just got to get it over with. So Carson says, if I do that, maybe you can spare me and Cynthia in the next HOH. And Misha says, yeah, I guess I can do that. Carson says, okay, great. So Misha says it seems like a fair deal, right? So Carson's like, yeah, in the HOH room, it's great. It really lets you think and have clarity. Is that what that is? I wouldn't call it clarity, but okay. So then a little later, Carson lets Cynthia know about the deal that he just made with Misha. And Carson says if Shayna gets picked for the power veto and wins it, good for her. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to take her out at that point. But he says, I'm not going to mess up her game. If that's God's will, great. Cynthia agrees. But they also agree that if Shayna does stay, they don't want to work with her. They're done with her. That's so sad. Oh my God. So they say if Shayna doesn't win, Shayna's going up. So Carson says, I told Misha if I win, I'm going to take her down with the power veto. And she said in return, she will keep us safe if she wins HOH. And Carson's like, so I guess that means like we're going to the final four? And Cynthia's pretty pumped up about that. And Cynthia is still saying that if Shayna really wanted to redeem herself here, she would have to have like a sit down conversation with Cynthia, Carson, Todrick, and Misha and address the people who have been calling her out and like hash through everything. So you can continue to not believe her? Like, what would the point of that be? No, it just would not work. There would be no convincing Cynthia at this point. I feel like at this point you could show Cynthia and Carson the show and they would still be like, I don't know, Misha just has so much integrity though. Like I want to believe that she's telling the truth. So anyway, on the flip side, Misha talks to Todrick about the deal and Misha's like, so if I don't win the next HOH, but I win the one after that, would I still have to keep the deal? Boo! Okay, so Todrick's like, I guess I'll just have to win the next HOH because he doesn't have that deal with Carson. And Misha says, yeah, Carson, he didn't say that we're working together till the final four. He just said for next week. So Todrick says, okay, great, let's do that. Honestly, though, like at this point, Cynthia and Carson, they did this to themselves. They had all the power this week and they can't get the job done here. They're not only are they not getting the job done, they're taking out one of their own loyal numbers, which is just absolute Faute insanity. So later, the feeds went down for a while Big Brother treated the house guests to a Valentine's Day dinner. They got takeout. They had some music playing for them. They gave them some like Valentine's Day accessories that they could wear. Yeah, so that's fun. Not much else going on other than Todrick talking crap about Shayna and Chris in sync. Because now he's hearing more things from Cynthia about how Chris in sync and Shayna were saying, oh, we don't want to work with Todrick and Misha. They're not good people, blah, blah, blah. And this is like really striking a chord with Todrick. So he is going into overtime now, talking crap about Shayna and Chris in sync and saying like he's the only person who's been there for them in the game and who's vouched for them in the game. What? What alternate reality are you living in? Is this like the Spider-Verse? I don't know what Todrick is talking about, but it's honestly difficult to listen to him for more than a few minutes at a time because it's so frustrating. It drives me crazy. Does he think that we don't see what's happening on the live feeds? I mean, really. But anyway, this morning, Cynthia is getting a little paranoid. She was talking to Carson in the HOH room and she says, last night I saw Misha, Todrick, Todd, and Lamar all go into the gym together. Now, Cynthia finds this a little sus because she knows Todd does not work out and Todrick was not even wearing workout clothes. So what were the four of them all doing in the gym together? Was this some sort of a team meeting? Is Misha going to keep her word to Carson? They feel like, yes, Misha will keep her word, but they want to check in with her and make sure that this deal is really locked in. So Carson's like, oh crap, what if Misha throws this HOH competition and lets somebody else from her group do her dirty work and they come after us? Duh. But Cynthia's like, oh, I didn't think of that. She's freaking shook hearing this idea. So they invite Todrick and Misha to the HOH room for a chat and they solidify the deal a bit more. So if Carson follows through on putting up Shayna as their placement nominee, Misha and Todrick are both promising Cynthia and Carson safety next week. They will not put them up if either of them win HOH. So, however, if Shayna wins the power veto and keeps the nominations the same, Todd becomes the target. They're going to vote Todd out. And Misha agrees to target Shayna in that case for the following week. Sounds terrible. So then they proceed to talk crap about Shayna. And again, I can only listen to so much before I just gotta like close out because it's very draining. So a little later, Shayna checks in with Carson and Shayna's asking Carson, what's going on? Like, are you considering backdooring me? And Carson admits it is a possibility. So Shayna asks him why. Explain it to me, like why? So Carson says, well, we found out about your Final Four deal with Misha, Todrick, and Kristen Sink. And Shayna's like, that was not real. That was not a real Final Four. If I wanted a Final Four with them, then why would I take Carson, you, off of the block during Misha's HOH? That wouldn't make any sense. And then, risk Kristen Sink going, which he did. So Shayna's saying, I don't understand the logic behind you targeting me this week. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, none of us understand it because it's insane. But Shayna says, Misha and Todrick have been gunning for you this whole time. And Carson's like, yeah, but they seem to have been more honest than you. He says, Shayna, you were playing both sides. Oh my God. So Carson, he keeps trying to push this conversation back. He's like, why don't we talk about this after we draw for POV players? Or why don't we have this conversation with Cynthia, Misha, and Todrick? And Shayna's like, I'll talk to Cynthia, but not Misha and Todrick. I'm not talking to them anymore. And I don't blame her at this point. But Shayna keeps bringing up how this just doesn't make sense. She saved Carson with the power of veto. She's showing where her loyalties lie. And Carson says, I really appreciate it, but I didn't ask you to do that. He says it may have helped her in the long run to use the power of veto on Carson. Clearly, it didn't, because if she did not do that, Carson would have been leaving last week and she wouldn't have to worry about him targeting her like this. It's absolutely insane the way that Carson and Cynthia are now trying to say that Shayna using the veto last week was a selfish move. It was for her game, not to save Carson. They've just been brainwashed at this point. It's wild. And it just further demonstrates that Carson and Cynthia really have a very minimal understanding of this game and how it works. It's hard to watch. So Carson immediately reports this conversation back to Misha and Todrick. And honestly, I'm just so disappointed to see Carson playing like this at this point. I still love him as a person, but it's getting to be very difficult to watch the path that they're going down right now. I can't. So Shayna was alone in the chocolate bedroom and she says, well, I'm probably going tonight. She's like, please just backdoor me. Let's get this over with. And she's actually, excited that she'll get to go see her boyfriend tonight. It's Valentine's Day. But apparently it's been going around on the internet. I guess Shayna's boyfriend is upset with her and accusing her of flirting with Lamar. So I don't know what that's going to be like when they reunite. But poor Shayna, I feel so bad for her. She's got to deal with this shit too on top of everything else. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, we've got the live power veto competition and ceremony tonight, and then the eviction. And it's not looking good for Shayna at this point. Maybe she can pull out some more competition wins. I would just freak out if she won the veto and then even won the HOH after that too. It'd be crazy. But we'll see what happens. Who are you guys rooting for? In a way, I also just want Shayna to be able to leave and be away from this madness.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hi.
Come here. But he's got his beautiful heart sweater on.
Oh.
And he said, I'm out of here.
He said, oh, bye.
Bye. All right. So I want to thank today's super chatters because you guys are amazing. Jefferson Tucker, thank you so much as always. Bajrat, thank you so much. Keith Holloway, thank you so much. Oh, I got my throat just got so dry all of a sudden. Oh. Adley Bruges, thank you so much. Dawn MH302, thank you so much. Darby C, thank you for the super chat, and happy Valentine's Day to you too. Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. And Catherine says, I take my Go Carson back. Todrick is horrible. I want Carson to see the light and turn things around, but I don't know how likely that is at this point.
He's a dum-dum.
He's just too nice. He's too
trusting.
Too trusting.
Too gentlemanly.
Yeah. So it's rough to watch.
It's excruciating. It's absolutely excruciating.
Hey, but they just announced that Big Brother Canada is starting March 2nd. So we are going to do this to ourselves once again and like get all excited for a season. And then hopefully it'll actually be good and we won't like hate ourselves within a few weeks of it.
Few days.
I mean, last season of Canada was a wild ride. It was epic.
It was pretty crazy.
It was awesome. So I have faith that they're going to do it again. But anyway, we'll leave it there. We'll be back tonight for our recap of the live eviction. So we hope you all check that out and enjoy tonight if you can. Oh, and Ian Caballo, thank you so much for the super chat. And Ian says, I can't wait for the finale tonight because the game is essentially over. I know, right? Like
Pretty
after
much.
tonight. Ugh.
Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised, and Shayna will just.
I mean, she could.
Flip this game on
She
its,
could.
on its butt.
This
and
game can change at the drop of a hat.
She'll make an alliance with Lamar and Todd.
Yeah, it's possible. Ian also says, Lamar, Shantae, you stay. Everyone else sashay away. BB Can 10 in 2 weeks. Is it really only 2 weeks? Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God. I need more of a break.
That's right. It is 2. Well, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm not going to think about it right now. Michelle C., thank you so much for the super chat. Michelle says, I think it's best for Shayna to be voted out and the rest can continue to be fooled. I'm over the season.
Oh
Seriously,
God.
though, like after a certain point, you just want like the people you're rooting for to be voted out so they don't have to deal with the mental trauma of this. I feel you on that. The CAC16, thank you so much for the super chat. And what a cute, oh, it says fist bump. That's a cute sticker.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
I love that.
All right, well, we're going to hit the road. So thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you next time. And until then, much love. Happy
Tonight.
Valentine's Day.
See you tonight.
Yeah.